Hey everybody, I am Kevin Ioli. Welcome to Yahoo Sports, and I have a guest now who needs no introduction. Everybody knows this guy, of course, the senator from the Philippines and the 8 division world champion in boxing, Senator Manny Pacquiao. Manny, how are you, my friend?
Good, good. Thank you. And how are you?
I am doing awesome. Errol Spence on August 21st. That's a fight that I never thought you would take. I know you were at the Mikey Garcia fight sitting ringside. I looked at how big Errol Spence was, looked at how big you are, and I said, nah, Manny's not going to take that fight. Why did you decide to fight Errol Spence?
I decided to fight Errol Spence because I know that it's gonna be a good fight, and I want to fight the best. So this is gonna be an exciting fight.
Manny, when you fought Antonio Margarito, I was in Dallas for that fight, and you won the fight in big fashion. But you said afterwards, never again fight a guy that big. So you're kind of going against that, right? Because Errol Spence is similar to Margarito in terms of size. Why did you decide to go against it?
I decided to fight Errol Spence because he's not that big like Margarito. Margarito is much bigger than Errol Spence. So um, I can fight.
Okay. This is obviously a huge fight, and in boxing, there's been a number of those this year. It's one of your goals to elevate the sport of boxing. It used to be in the United States the biggest sport there was, that in baseball, and now it's not, as you know. Is one of your goals in doing these kind of fights, instead of fighting YouTube stars, to fight the best in the world, to try to elevate the sport?
I'm trying to elevate this sport of boxing to be honored and high esteem honored by the fans and the people, especially the fighters who are going to promote the fight like that. We should be respectable, and we should be um, respectful to the fans, to the people, and to your opponent. Just perform your duty and perform your job in the ring, not outside the ring. So make sure be act like a professional, and people will respect you and will honor the boxing industry as in a high esteem.
Why do you think boxing isn't as popular as it used to be?
Why this boxing?
Not
I'm
as
sorry.
popular as it used to be.
I think it's because of course, like I said, I am a fighter, so we are the fighters. So we should act like a professional, act and honor each other, especially the fans, and do your job in the ring. That's what the people, the fans want.
How do you see the fight with Spence going? I mean, given he has a big reach advantage on you, I would assume you're going to have to get inside. But what type of fight can fans who are going to watch this expect to see?
It depends of his style. But but I know that we can create more action in the ring because he's a aggressive fighter. So I think the fans will be happy and satisfied with this fight.
You were ringside when he fought Mikey Garcia, and he really beat Mikey Garcia decisively. But after that, he had that automobile accident. He fought Danny Garcia after that. Do you feel he's the same fighter physically? Does he move as well? Does he look the same to you as he did when he fought Mikey Garcia before the car accident?
Yes, he still can fight, and I'm not underestimating him. I'm not taking lightly. I make sure that I'm in condition. I will prepare for this fight, and I think it's all set, and I'm excited for this August 21.
Manny, can you tell the story? I understand when you came to Los Angeles from the Philippines to train, you went to Japan, and then all of a sudden the plane got turned around. Tell the story of like what your travel was like, because when you got to Los Angeles eventually, you still went and trained the next day, which is pretty amazing to me. What was that story like when you left the Philippines, and how long it took until you got to LA?
Oh, we already flew like 16 hours. We already passed Japan, and we turn around, and because there's a emergency, there's a passenger that need a medical, so we landed Japan and go back to the Philippines. In the Philippines, from Philippines to Los Angeles again. So we we travel like almost 30 hours.
And then you went and trained the next day.
The next day, yes.
You didn't think about maybe taking the day off? Like, that's a little, even for you, as hard a worker as you are, that's a little crazy.
No, it's okay. I jog and I'm excited for that.
Okay. Um, I want to ask you about your Keith Thurman fight. That was your last fight. You were, what, 41 years old when you fought Keith Thurman, or almost 41 years old, right? And you knocked him down in the first round, but he actually came back on you. Everybody was excited because you had that knockdown, but he came back and one judge thought he won the fight. Do you feel like you have to get better this time? Do you have to be better against Errol Spence than you were against Keith Thurman?
Oh yeah. I think and I know and we know that Keith Thurman is I think is also bigger opponent. He's he has skill than Errol Spence. What I think, and I survived that fight and I won the fight. So because of my hard work and blessings from God, guidance from God. So this time around, I always pray to God that will protect me and give me strength and to win the fight. And I'm doing my best in training. I so focused and sit aside some distraction.
Obviously, you had a good performance against Keith Thurman, but do you feel like you let your foot off the gas, and didn't fight as hard in the second half of the fight as you did in the first? Like, could you have done better in that fight when you look back on it?
Well, I'm happy with my performance against Keith Thurman. I did my best because he's he's strong also. He's a good boxer, so I wasn't overconfident at that fight.
I know your good friend Tom Brady won a Super Bowl this past year, right? So now you have to come back and win a championship. So have you guys communicated at all? The Tampa Bay quarterback, have you talked to him recently as he's been in training camp?
No, not yet.
Do you expect to hear from him?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We're almost the same age, so we keep on going.
Is that a motivation to you when you see, like when you watch Tom win the Super Bowl? People thought he was no good anymore. They thought he was done, and he won the Super Bowl. Does that motivate you?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's just about how you dedicate yourself to uh, workout, hard work, how you discipline yourself, and how you punish yourself in a hard training. So that's it's up to you. You're the one to handle yourself to be still in the top.
And lastly, there's always a lot going on around you, but now the president of the Philippines and you don't seem to be getting along too well. President Duterte and you seem like you're kind of at odds. When you have the president of the country angry at you and, kind of being a rival with you, that's got to be difficult on the mind. How do you focus on your job as a boxer when you have so many issues in your other part of your life?
I can still focus at the end of the day. They're not the one who going to be blamed. I'm the one, so I have to be focused and not affected with this other matters, this politics thing. That's how big you become being a champion. to manage yourself, manage your mind, manage your body.
Awesome. Manny Pacquiao pay-per-view on August 21st against Errol Spence, going for yet another championship. Manny, we wish you the best. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Good to
Thank you very much.